We've all had that dream. You walk into a room full of people feeling confident and ready, but then you look in the mirror and realize something terrible. You're wearing the wrong thing. You don't fit in. Suddenly, you feel like everyone is staring at you. But this isn't a dream. This is a story about how a single glance in the mirror can destroy the human soul. It explores how we are our own worst torturers. Mabel Waring has been invited to a high society party at the Dalloways. She isn't rich. She can't afford the latest fashions. So, she decides to get creative. She finds an old fashion book in the Paris archives. She chooses a style that is dignified, original, and timeless. She commissions a cheap dressmaker to make her a pale yellow silk dress. Trying it on in her bedroom, she feels elegant. She feels like a woman of taste, rising above the silly trends of the day. She feels safe. But the moment she steps into the party, the illusion shatters. She hands her cloak to the maid. She walks to the mirror at the end of the hall. And there it is. The horror. The dress isn't original. It isn't dignified. It is a horror. It is dingy. It's the color of old water. It hangs on her like a sack. She looks at the other guests. They are wearing sharp, modern cuts. They look like beautiful dragonflies and butterflies. And Mabel? Mabel feels like a fly. A dirty, sticky one that has fallen into a saucer of milk and is struggling to get out while everyone watches. She enters the room, but her mind is racing. She interprets every glance as a sneer. Every whisper is an insult. A friend comes up to her and says, "Mabel, you look charming tonight." Mabel smiles, but inside she thinks, "Liar! You're mocking me? You're just being kind to the poor freak in the yellow dress." She tries to talk. She tries to make jokes, but her voice sounds shrill. She feels physically sick. She imagines the guests gathering in the corners and pointing and laughing at her slatternly appearance. The dress becomes a cage. It tightens around her chest. She retreats to a corner. She watches the beautiful people. She realizes that her insecurity has stripped her of her humanity. She isn't a person anymore. She is just a bundle of nerves and self-hatred. She thinks about her life, her small house, her modest aspirations, her inexpensive dress. "I'm a fly," she repeats to herself. "I'm crawling out of the saucer, shaking my wings, trying not to drown." Finally, she can't take it anymore. She lies to the hostess. "I must go," she says. "I've got a sudden headache." She runs out of the party, wrapping her cloak tightly around her to hide the yellow shame. She escapes the room, but she cannot escape her own mind. This story asks us a painful question. When you look in the mirror and hate what you see, is it really the dress that is ugly? Or is it the way you see yourself?